Welcome to Bulldog TV Wrestling. Today, your 22-0 Bulldogs will take on Leroy and Normal Community. Hello everyone, I am Nick Morphew, former Bulldog assistant and current youth club coach, and thank you for joining me. Well, it is scorching today in the Mahomet-Seymour gym, and the number 11 Bulldogs have been on fire as well. They added 4 more victories this week. They took down non-conference foes GCMS and El Paso Gridley, as well as Apollo Conference members Taylorville and Effingham. We are going to start shortly here, probably in less than a minute, so I'll go over the Bulldog lineup real quick for you. The undefeated Caden Hatton will man the lightest weight class, followed by Isabel Leahy. At 126, senior Peyton Ragona is wrestling for the last time in a Bulldog singlet, as he's going to ship off to basic training next week. Following him will be Talon Pollock at 132. Talon will be followed by 3 honorable mention wrestlers in Logan Hillard, Logan Petro, and Braden Heinold. 160 is always interesting when Peyton Myers takes the mat, and after him will be senior and captain Hayden Nelson wrestling 170. Following Nelson will be state honorable mention wrestler Brennan Hauser at 182, and at 195 we will see number 7 ranked Mateo Casillas. Number 2 Daniel Renshaw holds down 220, and finally at 285, 7th ranked Colton Crowley will take the mat for the Bulldogs. It looks like the teams are finishing their final preparations. The Bulldogs will wrestle Normal Community first, and we will be starting at 120.
3 rounds of wrestling today. First of all, mahomet-seymour.
In the second round will be the Leroy Panthers against Normal Community, and in the third round it will be Leroy against your Bulldogs.
We do not have a national anthem singer here this morning, so
we will pause now for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America. Thank you. Let's wrestle.
So the Bulldogs, we've talked about how in this odd season they haven't been challenged much. Many of the teams in this spring season do not have a full lineup, but Normal Community and Leroy do have some very good wrestlers, so I expect the Bulldogs to be challenged in some of the individual matches here today. Our first match will feature Isabel Leahy representing the Bulldogs against Malik Mundell from Normal Community. Isabel comes into this match 11-13. I guess I haven't asked her or talked to Coach Ledden, but I assume that she will wrestle in the IWCOA Girls State Finals that will happen later this month. We are in the last 10 days of regular season competition for these Bulldogs, as Mundell gets in on a single leg and dumps Leahy down for 2 points in the first 20 seconds of this match. Mundell looking for a wrist, finds now chops to a 2-on-1, looking through a roll-through tilt, and is able to settle Leahy down. He got a 2 count, still has the grip. The ref hasn't given the points yet. There he does. Now 4-0, and we're not even a minute into this match. Mundell looks like he's looking for those wrists and that tilt again. Has good forward pressure. Leahy really hasn't gotten her knees underneath her or really fought for any hand control. She's just kind of clamming up right now. Mundell tight waist far ankle and drives Leahy off the mat. We will restart with 48 seconds left in this first period. False start there by Leahy. Normal Community, a 3A school. I don't believe the Bulldogs have wrestled a 3A school this year. The Bulldogs are in 2A. The third team here, Leroy, is a 1A school. Mundell back on that wrist. Leahy there is fighting for hands. She's got her knees up closer to her chest in a little bit better position. Mundell chopping, looking for those wrists again. Now he's trying that tilt, and he settles Leahy down. He's got his 2 count. He held her for 5. He's going to get 3 more back points. So with 4 seconds left, Mundell will extend his lead at 7-0 going into the second period. Leahy picks top. Probably wise from what we saw in the first period. Mundell dominated neutral and the top position. Leahy tries a chop, but Mundell's quickly to his feet, fighting for hand control. Gets his hips low and gets out. He gets his escape. Leahy dives right in on a single. Not a great shot. Mundell is able to defend and spin around for another takedown. He already has the major decision with 1:40 left in this second period. So even though Normal Community is a 3A school, it looks like they will give the Bulldogs 4 forfeits right in the middle of the lineup, from 145 to 170. Mundell covers left side, tries to pull more than chop that elbow. But he gets that wrist again. Here comes the tilt. I believe this is the 3rd time we've seen this tilt. Leahy rolled all the way through. Our video is down, so I'll try and describe the action as much as I can. Mundell from Normal Community still on top of Leahy for the Bulldogs. He's leading on the scoreboard as well, 10-0. He hits that cross wrist roll through tilt again with less than a minute here in the second period. Leahy fighting to get off her back. She rolls to her belly. Mundell gets 3 more back points. He is up now 13-0 with 38 seconds left in this second period. If he gets 1 more of those tilts, that'll probably be the match. Wrestler still in the center of the mat. Mundell with a tight waist, chopping Leahy's left arm. Now he goes to a tight waist, far ankle, drives her forward with 10 seconds left in this second period. Leahy gets her base back. She's trying to fight for hand control, but Mundell reaches for the far ankle again. The second period expires. Mundell from Normal Community up 13-0 over Isabel Leahy from the Bulldogs. We are currently working to get our camera back up. Both wrestlers start on their feet for the third period. A takedown will, Leahy dives in, gets flat on her belly. Mundell has a cross face, and he should be able to get the takedown here. He's trying to circle around. Leahy fighting pretty well. He gets the takedown, and that will be a tech fall. So Normal Community opens this dual meet with a tech fall at 120. And going into 126, we will see senior Peyton Ragona facing off against Valen Thorpe. Ragona, his last day of competition in a Bulldog singlet. Next week goes to basic training, entering the Army. He is currently 15-7 on the year with 6 falls. Wrestlers shake hands, ref blows the whistle. Both wrestlers circling back and forth. Lots of movement, now hard collar ties here. There's a dive underneath from Thorpe, but nothing comes of it. He backs out. We're going with a shot of his own. Oh, and he gets caught in an over-under. Thorpe throws him to his back, and Ragona's in trouble with 1:40 left still in this first period, and there's the fall for Normal Community. Bulldogs fall behind 11-0 early in this dual meet. Ragona went in for a shot. Thorpe dug in the over-under and threw Ragona to his back for the first period fall. That will lead into 132. Freshman Talon Pollock will face off against, I do not have a name for this normal community wrestler. Reamer, last name of Reamer from normal community. Pollock likes Greco-Roman. Oh, does a nice little duck to a high crotch, head outside dump. He gets Reamer in a crackdown position, might actually find a cradle and back points. Oh, he settles in for a half. I don't believe he got any back points there, but Talon Pollock got the opening takedown. It was a high crotch. He left his head outside and did a dump. And now he finds the cradle and has Reamer on his back. 1:25 left in this first period. Talon Pollock may open the scoring for the Bulldogs. It looks close. A near side cradle. Pollock settling in. 1:15 left. Reamer fighting well. Pollock with a good grip. Ooh, this looks really close, folks. 1:05 left. Oh, Reamer finds his belly, but Pollock still has that near side cradle locked up. The grip has been broken. Pollock gets the 3 near fall. He is up 5-0 with 52 seconds left in this first period. He baits Reamer with a leg and reaches for a spladle. Pollock almost has the spladle. This was from the top position, and there's the fall. A 6-pointer for the Bulldogs. Talon Pollock gets the Bulldogs on the board. It is now 11-6. We are still working on trying to bring up the video here. At 1:38 will be senior Logan Hillard. He is 18-1 on the season with 9 falls. He is facing off against Caden Regnier. Hillard, an aggressive wrestler, shoots a low single off the bat. Defended initially by Reger, so Hillard slides his head to the outside and gets the takedown. A low single inside head shot. Hillard was able to slide his head to the outside and come around and finish in a typical knee pound high crotch position to get this initial takedown. Hillard has a ball and chain tilt, rolls through and got 2 back points. Regner gets to his feet, is fighting his hands, but Hillard's able to drag him down. It is now 4-0 after that ball and chain tilt by Hillard. Hillard settling into that ball and chain tilt again, elevating with his legs, elevating with his left leg, driving with his right leg, holding Regner on his back. Oh, he has kind of an arm-trapped half now and gets the fall, and that's another 6-pointer for the Bulldogs. Hillard gives the Bulldogs the lead at 12-11 after that fall. And now comes a string of forfeits for the Bulldogs, 4 in a row. They will add 24 points to their score pretty quickly here. It will be 36-11 as we work on trying to get our video feed up. That will lead into 182 with Brennan Hauser taking the mat for the Bulldogs. He is facing Jacob Baker from the Ironmen. Hauser has been impressive this year. In fact, the last time I saw him wrestle in person, it was a losing effort, but it was one of the best matches I've seen him wrestle. He was doing a lot of higher level stuff, shot and reshot with his opponent. He had a nice, ankle grabbing scramble that he came out on top of. There was one position where he actually didn't score, but he showed great body position and short offense and just looked really good. As Hauser starts with the slide by, doesn't get it. Now he clubs to an underhook on the left side. Tries a snap down to a front headlock. That's not working, so he trades off underhook right side. Hauser very active, clubs the head, gets a knee pull single, defended by Baker. Lots of action here in this first period. Still 1:32 left. There, Hauser gets a high crotch, needs to step up to the double. His hands ride a little high, but he's still able to get Baker down. And Hauser gets the opening takedown with 1:20 left in this first period. Bulldogs up 30-11 in the team score. Hauser crab rides, and they go out of bounds for a restart with 1:13 left in this first period. Well, we're not Bulldog TV right now. We're Bulldog Radio. I hope you can see the action in your head as I describe it. Hauser covers left side with a good tight waist and just pulling the elbow. Doesn't have Baker flat. Really good tight waist by Hauser, reaching all the way around. Hauser goes to a meat grinder now, and there gets Baker down. Baker is able to get his knees back underneath him. Hauser with that good tight waist again, trying to chop the arm. Now Baker is flat. Hauser riding parallel with the 2-on-1, and he's going to roll through for a tilt, but he rolls a little too far. Baker returns to his base. No back points. 34 seconds left in this first period. 2-0 Hauser from Mahomet. Now a collar spiral ride for Hauser. Baker gets to his feet. Hauser returns. They're on the edge of the mat now. Left side of their bodies are almost off the mat with 10 seconds left to go. Hauser with the crab ride, or with the collar ride and tight waist. Last 2 seconds here, and that's the end of the first period. So Hauser in control on top. Wasn't able to settle his momentum down for a tilt and back points. Hauser was very active in the tie-up. Was able to get that first takedown on a high crotch, cut across to the double. The wrestlers will start on their feet in the second period. Once again, Bulldogs leading 36-11 over the Ironmen of Normal Community. Wrestlers have slowed their pace down a little bit on their feet. They're staying from distance. Hauser takes a single leg shot from distance, defended by Baker. Hauser goes in again, a double on the right side, drives Baker off. Nothing comes of it. So Hauser shot a left side single, backed out, then shot a right side double leg. You don't see a double leg with the head on the right side too often. Baker, his first shot, a little bit of a sloppy high crotch, but he's in position. Hauser defends and is able to spin around and get the takedown. He is now up 4-0 with 1:34 left in the second period. Good shot defense from Hauser. Baker to his feet. Hauser returns on the edge of the mat. Wrestlers' heads are facing the edge of the mat. Hauser, maybe tries to sag to a tilt and can't get it. Baker to his feet, fighting for hand control. Hauser goes to a crotch lift and lifts Baker out of bounds. So Baker showing some good bottom wrestling. Hasn't been able to get out, but is able to stay out of Hauser's pinning combinations. 1:09 left in the second period. Hauser up 4-0. Hauser with a collar ride crab, now just trying to pull Baker back for back points. I don't think he's going to get it, but he slips the leg in as Baker goes to his belly. Hauser was looking at the ref, begging for back points, but the ref says no. 50 seconds left here in this second period. This is the 182-pound bout. Brennan Hauser, one of the most improved Bulldogs this season, goes right to that collar ride crab again, trying to get some cheap back points, but Baker rolls to his belly. Wrestlers are at the top of the mat, still well in bounds. Hauser trying to dig a wrist out now. Baker in his good base hasn't been able to get any hand control. 20 seconds left in the second period. Hauser is going to roll Baker towards the out of bounds in a tilt, but he's staying in bounds and getting back points here. 12 seconds left, and Hauser has at least a 2 count. I believe that was a 3. It is, and it is now 7-0 Hauser at the end of this second period. The period expires. Hauser in major decision territory. Neutral is the choice for this third period. Wrestlers lock up, then break away. Hauser tapping with his right hand, tries to drop a low single. on the left side, doesn't get it, comes up to a regular single, dumps it, and covers the far leg for 2 right on the edge of the mat. Nice adjustment for Hauser. He tapped, went for the low single, didn't quite get it, so he climbed up to the knee, hit a dump, covered the far leg, got the 2-point takedown. He now has a major decision with 1:39 left in this match. Hauser, oh, Baker got his knee a little close to his chin. Hauser tries a far side cradle, just misses it. Baker gets his first escape of the match, gets hand control. Baker with that long high crotch shot. Hauser easily defends and spins around for a cheap 2 there. It is now 11-1. Baker gets to his feet. Hauser lets him go. Hauser may be looking for the tech fall with 1:10 here left in this match. Hauser tapping the head, wrestling from distance, leaving his lead leg a little exposed. I think he's trying to bait Baker into taking that high crotch to get another cheap takedown again. Hauser goes to a left side underhook, then to a snap down, spins around. That was easy. It is now 13-2. Hauser cuts again. 47 seconds left in this match. Wrestlers in the center of the mat. Hauser with an over-collar tie. Shrugs it by, can't get it, gives up the underhook to Baker. Baker tries to go right side. Hauser just lets him go right by. Hauser with a double leg shot on the right side again, drives Baker off. 29 seconds left. Hauser up 13-3. He's going to need a takedown to the back to get that tech fall. Baker in on that high crotch again. He's in pretty deep this time, but Hauser's able to pick up the ankle, sprawl, spin around. He is now up 15-3. Cuts Baker up 15-4. He needs something big. Hauser with some jab steps, a knee pull single. Hauser's now extended under Baker. Baker will defend this and run the time off the clock. A major decision win for Brennan Hauser at 182. Those 4 points take the Bulldogs up to a 40-11 lead now, leading in to 195, where Conan the Barbarian, not Conan the Barbarian, Mateo Casillas will take the mat for the Bulldogs. The dynamic sophomore is currently 15-0 on the year with 6 falls. He looks like he's wrestling a well-built wrestler, though, from Normal Community. This is Cooper Carraway. Underhook from Casillas. It's more of a seatbelt, not an underhook. Oh, and he trips Carraway. Carraway falls to his knees, and Casillas gets an early takedown 15 seconds into this match. Tight waist and wrist ride for Casillas now. Wrestlers are at the bottom of the mat near the out-of-bounds circle. Casillas digging the wrist out, trying to put it on the back. You are listening to Bulldog Radio right now, not Bulldog TV. We are desperately trying to get the video feed up. Casillas with a mat return right on the edge of the mat, still in control with 1:22 left in this first period. Good ride for Mateo here. Wrestler still on the edge, can't do much. Ref finally calls a stalemate. Mateo, a powerful sophomore, just finished up a baseball season as well, where he was a pitcher and outfielder and power bat in the middle of the Bulldog baseball lineup. An injury time is being taken by the Normal Community wrestler, not for an injury, but for a loose shoelace. The score shows Mateo up 3-0. I believe that is there a penalty point for a loose shoelace? Track wrestling shows 2-0. Our scoreboard here shows 3-0. Mateo covers right side. I always like that, covering right side instead of left. Gets a chop and a wrist, but Carraway is able to fight to his feet. Casillas with a big mat return. Wrestlers are in the middle of the mat, and Casillas might have a tilt. These Bulldog wrestlers have been tilting their opponents a lot this season. Coach Ledden, a big tilt guy. But really, the Bulldogs haven't used tilts much until this season. Casillas now with a spiral and collar ride. Good forward pressure. Hasn't been able to lock up any kind of pinning combination. Wrestlers are in the middle of the mat. Carraway on his base. Casillas trying to break him down with wrists. 15 seconds left in this first period. The scoreboard in the gym currently says 3-0 Casillas. Track wrestling shows 2-0. Casillas still digging for a wrist as the period expires. He is up 3-0 over Carraway from Normal Community. Carraway defers. Casillas will take down. Carraway covers left side. Casillas, initial tripod up, is able to get to his feet. Carraway just trying to sag and does. Casillas rolls underneath. We've got a scramble here now. Casillas is on top. Carraway is between Mateo's legs and a potentially dangerous call. So Mateo dove underneath to create a scramble situation, came up on top, but a potentially dangerous was called by the ref. 1:49 left in the second period. Casillas up 3-0. I believe he got a penalty point for that loose shoelace. Carraway is able to get a leg in. Casillas trying to dig it out. Ooh, Carraway gets Casillas flat. Oh, the power of Casillas. Pushes himself up and gets his knees underneath him. Casillas on his base now with Carraway's right leg in. Wrestlers in the middle of the mat. Carraway's going to look for a crossface for back points. Is close, but the power of Casillas resists it. Mateo comes up. Carraway slipped off of Casillas. Casillas gets the reversal. Is now 5-0. 1:15 left in this second period. Dang, that kid is so strong. Casillas, I thought he was going to be crossface for back points, was able to bridge out of it, and Carraway just slipped off him. Casillas starts to cover right side, switches to left, but then goes back to a spiral and collar on the right side. Gets Carraway flat. Casillas grabbing wrists, looking for tight waist. We are desperately trying to get you some video. I hope you can bear with us. Casillas is just kind of spiral riding. Carraway has a good base, not much happening. They're near the edge on the right side of the mat. Their feet are out, but their heads are in. Oh, Casillas might find a half here, but Carraway is able to resist it. 23 seconds left in the second period. Casillas from Mahomet up 5-0. Bulldogs up 40-11 in the team score. Casillas has a far arm. They're still on that right side of the mat. Now their heads are out, feet are in. Nothing's going to happen here as the second period is set to expire here. Going into this third period, this is 195 pounds. Mateo Casillas has a 5-0 lead over Carraway from Normal Community. Wrestlers will start on their feet in the third period. We haven't seen a shot from Carraway. Casillas was in early, and he finds that underhook again. He doesn't have the head position. Carraway tries to go underneath and gives Casillas almost a near side cradle situation here. He might have it locked up. No takedown yet. There the ref gives it. They are on that right side of the mat again. Carraway is almost off the mat. Casillas has the near side cradle, loses the grip, and the action goes out of bounds. So Casillas up 7-0 with 1:37 left in this third period, getting close to that major decision for the Bulldogs. Casillas covers right side. Looks like maybe a double thigh pry to stop Carraway's first move. Gets Carraway flat. Casillas riding parallel now, looking for a wrist to dig. Carraway rolling his wrists. Casillas might have a tilt here. He's got a cross wrist tilt. He can't settle Carraway down. Mateo really needs to put pressure forward and then slowly ease Carraway off to the side. We've seen that from Mateo before. He just tries to sling his opponent over in the tilt. 105 left in this 195-pound match. There's Craig Akery's telling Mateo Casillas to cut, get this one takedown. The escape was not given as the wrestlers are near the out of bounds. Nothing yet. Casillas drives out of bounds. So 49 seconds. Casillas needs to show the ref that he wants to go neutral. There he does. 7-1 now, 49 seconds left. Mateo will probably go to that underhook again. He's got a good single. I'd like to see him finish on the lower body. Sometimes he rides up the body, and against really strong opponents, he can't finish. There's that underhook. He doesn't have the head position, though. Carraway is blocking. Oh, a duck under on the far side. No takedown yet. Carraway did a nice little hip buck into Casillas. Now Casillas comes up to a single leg. They're on the edge of the mat. Nothing yet. 20 seconds left. Oh, Casillas breaks his grip on the single, gets greedy for the cradle, but is able to whip Carraway down and get a takedown. He's not getting, oh, there he's getting back points. Casillas' feet are still on the mat. Carraway's off the mat, and they go out of bounds. So Casillas had a left side underhook. Did a duck under, a long duck under on the right side. Carraway was able to hip him off, but Casillas was able to find a single leg and then whip Carraway down to his back. 3 seconds left, 11-1 Casillas. Double thigh pry, stops the move. That's the match. Mateo Casillas adds another 4 points to the Bulldogs score. They are up 40-11. This leads into number 2 ranked 220-pounder Daniel Renshaw. Placed 5th at last year's IHSA state tournament. He is facing an honorable mention wrestler in 3A, so this should be a good match. I'm waiting for track wrestling to update here. I will get you a name here soon. This is Pratt, Ben Pratt from Normal Community. Renshaw's only loss on the year was to number 1 ranked Hazelton from Prairie Central. That's number 1 ranked in 1A. Renshaw just graduated near the top of his senior class last Friday. Going to the University of Illinois. Going to walk on to the wrestling team. Major in bioengineering. In the first 30 seconds of this match, we're just seeing some pummeling from these strong 220-pounders. Haven't seen any real attacks, no slide-bys, no snatch singles, just pummeling, collar ties, wrist fighting, all happening in the middle of the mat. Underhook from Pratt, shrugged off by Renshaw. Renshaw now gets his underhook. Renshaw attempted a body lock, couldn't get it. Renshaw has the head position and the underhook, but Pratt gets out of it. There's a shot by Pratt, but it was right on the edge of the mat. Wrestlers go out of bounds. 46 seconds left in this first period. 0-0. Renshaw representing the Bulldogs. Pratt from the Ironmen. Once again, pummeling, hand fighting, collar ties, underhooks. Pratt had that one shot off the mat. It was from distance. It was a pretty safe shot because he had the white line there as his friend. Wrestlers near the top of the mat now. Ooh, an over-under by Pratt trying to jack up Renshaw. Pratt, oh, tries to fall to a lateral. He slips off. Renshaw falls on top of him and gets the takedown. Now, I will say, I thought Renshaw's foot was initially out of bounds, and he snuck it back in bounds. The refs say it was good, though. 2-0 lead for Renshaw with 11 seconds left in this first period. So an under-overthrow attempt from Pratt. He slips out of it. Renshaw gets gifted a 2. Now Pratt tripods. Renshaw in with the legs. 3 seconds left. Renshaw is good on top with those legs. He can get a little high sometimes, but that was a good position for Renshaw to be in. Folks, we are trying to get you video. The huddle cam in the gym is not working. We are now swapping out another camera. My producer, Ryan Ziegler, sophomore who's been helping me all year, is outstanding, trying to troubleshoot right now. I should say honor roll student Ryan Ziegler. I saw your name on the honor roll. Nice job, son. Renshaw starts down. Pratt's able to dig in that left side leg in the first 10 seconds. Renshaw up 2-0, starting the second period on bottom. Pratt has the leg in. Renshaw turns into Pratt. Pratt crossface, nothing going there. Back to their base. Renshaw tries to grab ahead and whip Pratt over, but nothing's going, and it ends up with Renshaw kind of broken down to his hip. Renshaw really needs to throw that leg out. I think he could. He digs it out. He does. Pratt looking for a far side cradle as that leg comes out. Renshaw, inside leg, stand up, peels the hands. They're in the middle of the mat. Nothing yet. Renshaw still fighting. Pratt drops to a single. Renshaw doesn't have the whizzer, though. Now Renshaw trying to kick out, and he does. 3-0 Renshaw with 57 seconds left in this second period. Bulldogs up 44-11 over the Normal Community Ironmen. The Bulldogs have secured their 23rd victory of the year. In wrestling, 42 is the magic number. 42 would be a tie, so if you get over 42, you're guaranteed the win. Wrestlers still pummeling. Pratt it now has that over-under again, but Renshaw digs in. Renshaw with a good underhook now. Driving into Pratt with good head position. Pratt tries to throw as they go out of bounds. Pratt tried to hip toss as they went out of bounds. Head and arm throw. Start back in the center with 21 seconds left in the second period. Renshaw tries a 2-on-1 Russian, but that slips. Pratt has that over and under again. Now double unders trying to jack up Renshaw. They're near the top of the mat. Renshaw trying to bury his head, slides his arms down and gets out. And Renshaw tries a snatch double, a little blast double. Can't get it. A nice little level change with his head in the center, but drives Pratt off the mat as the second period expires. Whew. 3-0 Renshaw. Beginning of this third period. Renshaw ranked number 2 in 2A. Pratt, honorable mention, 3A. Pratt starts down. Renshaw with a double thigh pry. Gets Pratt broken down with that thigh pry. Pratt gets his knees back underneath him. Okay. So I'm being told that we have the audio in one tab and the stream in another tab. That's how we're going to fix our technical difficulty. That is posted in our live chat on this video for now. However, on the mat, right in the middle of the mat with 1:25 left in the third period, Renshaw has Pratt flat on his belly. Renshaw has dug in a chicken wing now. Renshaw asserting control late in this match. Renshaw up 3-0, driving Pratt slowly over with that chicken wing. Pratt doing a good job of resisting, and does. Renshaw bails and tries to hop the legs in, which he does, and now Pratt is flat. This is not good for Pratt. Ooh, that is a deep half from Renshaw. Renshaw cranking that half, hops out to the side. This could be trouble with 50 seconds left. Renshaw has to really drop his chest now. He's almost got Pratt turning. He needs to drop his chest, can't get it. Wow, great strength there from Pratt. Weathering the storm with 35 seconds left in this match. Renshaw gets a leg in, I think, on the far side. He's a little high. Oh, he tries a far side cradle. Renshaw might slip off the top. He's got to bail. Renshaw might be in trouble here. Ooh, able to get out of trouble. Renshaw's still on top with one leg in, looking for a crossface now. Wrestlers in a crab position as they've settled in with 10 seconds left. 3-0 Renshaw, final 5 seconds. He's just going to hold on. Got a little sloppy there at the end, but picks up his 21st victory of the year. Bulldogs up 47-11 now, going into heavyweight. In this heavyweight match, we will have number 7 Colton Crowley versus Deshaun Crawford from Normal Community. Crowley 18-3 on the year with 10 pins. This meet started at 120. The last match will actually be at 106. There's a double forfeit at 113. Crowley and Crawford with collar ties. They go to the right side of the mat. Crowley's able to do a nice little duck under to a collar ride and drag Crawford down on the edge of the mat for 2. Crowley gets a takedown in the first 20 seconds of this match. Kind of slipped the collar tie right into a collar ride and drug Crawford down to the mat. Now Crowley's got the arm on the back, exactly what he likes, but they're on the edge of the mat. Crawford slips out of it. Wrestlers go out of bounds with 1:19 left in this first period. Crawford from Community will start down. Crowley on top. Right side cover, gets a chop. Now he's in a spiral. I think he has the wrist. He's just going to try and drive Crawford over with the wrist, but Crawford flattens out. Now Crowley's got the arm across the back. This is probably going to be a fall, folks, as Crowley sinks his arm in and gets the crossface, is settling in now into a reverse half. This is going to be a fall real soon here. And there it is, another 6-pointer for the Bulldogs. Colton Crowley with a first period fall. Yeah. All right, at 106, this should be another good match. Caden Hatton, the undefeated Caden Hatton at 22-0, is facing off against 3A honorable mention Jack Owen at 106. Hatton, even though he's undefeated, has not shown up in the 2A rankings. If I were him, I wouldn't be too worried about that, though. It's good to stay under the radar. Both wrestlers wrestling from distance. Hatton with the sweep single. It's an arm trap sweep single. He only has one arm on the leg. Owen able to throw in the whizzer, and they go out of bounds. Nice initial shot by Hatton, but it was only one-handed. They go out of bounds with 1:41 left in this first period. Hatton right off the whistle on a shot, but I think it's going to be a caution. Oh, actually not a caution, a broken headgear strap, or just an unstrapped headgear from the Community wrestler, Owen. So they have to stop the action. Hatton showed his cards there. That's too bad. He was in deep on that low single right off the whistle. Wrestlers circling from distance now. Taps, looking for wrist control. Hatton with the jab step. Owen to his knees. They come back up. Hatton with the snap. Owen with a little shrug. Hatton almost gets that sweep again. Instead, Hatton falls to his knees, and he has a front headlock. Owen briefly goes to his back, goes to his belly. Hatton spins around for the 2-point takedown. Why hasn't he been awarded it yet? This should be 2. Oh, he has. Okay. 1:07 left in this first period. Caden Hatton, a flurry of shots, snaps, and spins, and was able to get that first takedown. Hatton now digs in a chicken wing. Wrestlers are on the edge of the mat. They're up in the northeast corner of the mat, and now they're blown out of bounds. Hatton has shown great intensity and energy this year. I've really enjoyed watching him. Ooh, a switch attempt by Owen. Hatton follows him, but Owen switches again and comes out on top. This match is all tied up, but Hatton quickly to his feet. Can't get his hips out in hand control, though. They're on their feet still. Hatton looking for hand control to get his escape. Owen able to drag Hatton down, and they're on the edge of the mat with 20 seconds left. This match is now 2-2 after those switches from Owen. 16 seconds left for Hatton in this tie match. Sorry, in the first period to try and get a point back. Hatton with a inside stand-up attempt, but Owen covers left side, chops right side, and gets Hatton down. 10 seconds to go. Oh, Hatton tries to roll. Nothing happens there. We're all knotted up going into the second period. Hatton really hasn't been tested too much this year. This is going to be a great match in preparation for the IWCOA postseason. I believe Hatton chose neutral there. Wrestlers will start on their feet in this tie match. Wrestlers have locked up wrists. Ooh, it looked like Owen snapped Hatton down, but didn't spin. Back to their feet now. Owen with a collar tie. Hatton not really doing anything to get out of it. Hatton takes a shot, defended by Owen. They're back to their feet, and Hatton shoots Owen off the mat. Stalling, shouts of stalling from the crowd. Ref gave them an eye. They better watch themselves. Shot off the whistle again from Hatton, defended by Owen. Oh, Hatton's able to grab a single leg. Owen with a good whizzer and breaks Hatton's grip. Hatton has one leg hooked. Owen has the whizzer. They're right in the middle of the mat. Akery telling Hatton to limp arm out. He can't quite do it. Oh, Hatton's able to shrug Owen off and get the takedown. It is now 4-2 with 1:05 left in the second period. Wrestlers in the middle of the mat. Hatton with a half and a wrist, but Owen is on his knees. Now Hatton down to a hip, or sorry, Owen down to a hip. Hatton gets Owen flat. Hatton digging for that half. Still in the middle of the mat, Hatton with a half. Not much going here. I would say definitely the momentum is with Hatton. He is well in control of Owen with this half and wrist, but has not threatened to turn Owen yet. 23 seconds left in this second period. 4-2 Hatton. This is our last match of the meet. The Bulldogs have already secured the win at 53-11. There is a stalling call on the normal community wrestler. He's just kind of laying on bottom. Hatton with good pressure there. Owen gets to his feet, but the period runs out. Hatton with a valuable 2-point takedown in that second period. The normal community wrestler is choosing top. Hatton starts down. He cannot think of this as a rest period, and that first move was not impressive by Hatton. There was a caution on Owen, though. Owen covers right side. Hatton, once again, not a great first move. Hatton still on his base, though. Owen with an ankle ride. Sitting on Hatton's ankle. Hatton with his base. They're right in the middle of the mat. 1:43 left in this third period. Hatton clinging to a 4-2 lead. Hatton sits. Owen loses his balance a little bit, and Hatton might find a Granby here. He can at least get a Granby shrug if he doesn't want the regular Granby. He's trying to swim out. Oh, Owen goes to his back, but rolls to his belly. Hatton comes out on top. Has a 2-point reversal. Is up now 6-2 with 1:13 left. Wrestlers on the north side of the mat. Hatton with both wrists. Owen flat on his belly near the out of bounds circle. 6-2, big win for Hatton. Or sorry, I shouldn't count it as a win yet. This is a good match from Hatton against a honorable mention 3A wrestler. I should not get ahead of myself. 45 seconds left, but Hatton looks in control on top. Owen is flat. Hatton has wrists and a half. Owen's able to get to his feet and carry the action out of bounds. Hatton still on top. 37 seconds left. Owen jogs back to the center of the mat, gets set. Hatton circles around behind, is going to cover left side. Hatton with a chop. Owen, I think, tried that switch again, but Hatton stopped him. Hatton has a chicken wing now as Owen is flat on his belly. 30 seconds left. Hatton up 6-2. Hatton trying to dig. Now he has a half and a wing. Wing left side, half right side. Hatton comfortably riding here. Owen's able to get to his base. Hatton better be careful. Owen looking to catch an elbow and get something big here. 3 seconds left. Big win for Caden Hatton. Seals this Bulldog victory. Bulldogs win 56-11. Caden Hatton goes to 23-0 on the year. Great job from the Bulldog sophomore. Thank you for listening to Bulldog Radio. I believe we will have some JV matches here. I need to take a quick drink break, folks. The Bulldogs, like Caden Hatton, are now 23-0 on the year. We have a JV match coming up. I'll try and get some names for you. It looks like Gage Decker might be wrestling for the Bulldogs. This is a JV match at 132. Hey, while we have a little bit of a break here, I would like to acknowledge Mr. Simon Anderson. He is an industrial arts teacher here at Mahomet-Seymour, is also in charge of organizing and running Bulldog TV, and he's just an all-around great guy. Him and his family are now in Florida for medical procedure, and just want them to know that we're thinking of them and that we wish them the best of luck. Gage Decker, wrestling JV for the Bulldogs, hits a hip toss here in the first 15 seconds, and he will probably get the fall to end this JV match very quickly. He is sitting in the middle of the mat, lifting the head, and there it is. A 23-second fall for Gage Decker. Yes, we wish the Anderson family the best. If you have enjoyed all of our Bulldog streaming at the high school level, whether it be graduation or softball, baseball, basically everything here Simon Anderson has his hands in, does an outstanding job. Another JV match here. This will be at 182. This is Stevie Pogue, who's been in and out of the Bulldog Varsity lineup. He is wrestling Matthew Huddleston from Normal Community. Wrestlers lock up in the middle of the mat. Collar ties and break away. Reach from Pogue, nothing happens there. Pogue with a tap and a shot. Huddleston backing up a little bit. Pogue lets him back in on the mat. Pogue with another shot. Nothing comes of it but a stalling on Huddleston. Now Pogue looked like he was going to try a head and arm hip toss. Oh, there Pogue is able to get in on a double leg. Takes Huddleston down in the middle of the mat. Now riding a tight waist far ankle, switches to a chop, gets Huddleston flat. Huddleston from Community to his feet. Pogue drags him back down. They are now on the east side of the mat, if north was the top of the mat. Huddleston gets his escape. Wrestler's collar tying now. Huddleston drops to find a double of his own. Oh, and takes Pogue down right to his back. Slips in a half, but Pogue is able to roll to his belly. Just gives up the 2-point takedown. Oh, Huddleston gets Pogue on his back. I can't quite see the hold. That might have just been like a collar ride or a far arm and got Pogue over. Pogue did land awkwardly on his shoulder after that double leg takedown. Huddleston is now up 6-2 going into this second period. Wrestlers will start on their feet. Huddleston gets a a high crotch shot. Pogue defends. Pogue sprawling. Pogue throws a whip over, but no takedown yet, and Pogue's feet go out of bounds. Wrestlers start back into the center. Just collar tying in the center now. We will have 2 more JV matches after this. Camden Harms against Siva Bosa will be next. Ooh, Pogue gives up a duck under in the middle of the mat. Huddleston with a pretty easy takedown there. 1:19 left in the second period. Huddleston up 8-2. Has a crossface to a butcher, and Pogue is going to his back. Not looking good for Stevie Pogue here. Wrestlers still well within bounds. Pogue gives up back points. Ref counting again. Huddleston in a reverse half, and there's the fall. He gets the pin with 54 seconds left in the second period. So we would, the next match will be Leroy against Normal Community. And then the third match of the day, which hopefully we will have things synced up by then with our audio and video, will be Leroy against the Bulldogs. Camden Harms at 220 takes a single leg shot, comes up to a high post, and gets a takedown in the first 10 seconds of this 220 match. He is wrestling Bosa from Normal Community. In the middle of the mat, Harms digging out the wrist. What do you think, Ryan? With no video, should I describe the action as a clock or as a compass? Okay. Wrestlers basically in the middle of the mat. Harms riding some wrists here. Harms with a leg lift, lifting the near leg, trying to step through, and Turk can't get it. He needs to lift at the knee to try and get that. Harms has a half now, 41 seconds left in the second period. I think if he went to a power half, he could probably get Bosa over. There, he's trying the power half. Wasn't physical enough. Switches to the near side cradle. He's not going to cradle a 220-pounder, is he? He's almost got it, driving in with his head. But no, Bosa flattens out. Bosa circles out and gets the escape with 15 seconds left. Comes hard at Harms. Harms now with a high crotch. The big man with a lift. And gets another takedown, swims to the half with 5 seconds left, and gets the fall. Wow. I've seen Camden Harms wrestle a few times now, and he is always a kid that is trying moves, and they look exactly correct. I am really optimistic about his future in a Bulldog singlet. All right, last match of this meet, a JV match. Isabel Leahy will wrestle Piper Wood at 120. Isabel has wrestled a few females this season. Good to see her getting this kind of competition. Wrestlers working for a tie-up. You know, I watched the Olympic trials back in April, and I thought the women's tournament was the most compelling tournament of the Olympic trials. And they say that that our 6 representatives on the women's team all have a great shot at medals, if not gold medals. The traditional women's power in the world of wrestling is Japan, but many people think that this American team might challenge them for that top mark. Leahy with a good crossface defending a shot here, looking for a butcher. She just needs to circle. She's circling towards the head now, trying to wrench over Piper Wood. She's almost got her. She needs to pull hard. 1 minute left in this first period. She lets go of the butcher, spins around, and gets her takedown. Wrestlers in the middle of the mat. Leahy on top, trying to dig a half. Wood gets her base underneath her. Leahy tries a crossface. Maybe looking for a far side cradle. She doesn't have the crossface tight though. Leahy's still working that crossface and ends up dragging Wood down and getting her leg in. Let's see if she knows what to do with the legs in here. There she gets the power half. She's really trying to wrench it over and get that second leg in. Now she's getting a little high here. She needs to get that second leg in and get her hands over the back of Wood's head. Time runs out on her though, and it's just a 2-0 lead for Leahy at the beginning of the first. Wood will start down. Leahy covers left side with a chop. Leahy riding the wrist. Wood still on her base. 1:47 left. Wood gets to her feet with hand control, but Leahy's able to drag her down. Locked hands on Leahy, though. She'll give Wood a point here, cutting her lead in half. Leahy goes right to a crossface off the restart. Now looking for that butcher again. Really trying to run around the head. She's just kind of falling over top the head. She's not digging her toes and keeping her hips low. Ledden instructing Leahy to bump Wood with her hip and then run around the head. Leahy abandons the butcher, looking for the far side cradle again. .55 seconds left in the second period. Leahy from Mahomet up 2-1. Wood on her base, but hasn't been able to get really any hand control. Leahy might have a far side cradle here. She's crunching Wood up in the middle of the mat. Oh, Leahy trying to suicide roll it, and she does, but she can't settle it down. Her grip is a little loose. Now she's getting back points. She needs to get her bottom knee in the ribs, which I think she's doing now, trying to settle that near shoulder down. Oh, she's got the top knee in the ribs. She needs to switch her legs. She has an awkward grip. I'm not sure if she'll pin Wood here. As second period is going to run out before Leahy can get the fall. Leahy gets the 3 back points, extends her lead on for 5-1. Whew. Sorry if I'm stumbling a bit, folks. Doing radio broadcasting is a lot more work than TV broadcasting. Leahy starts down, tries to hit a sit out. Wood tries to suck her back. Leahy returns to her base. Wrestlers in the middle with Wood on top. Wood still on top. Nothing really happening here with 1:25 left. Leahy tries to sit and returns to her base. Wood just follows. Leahy with another sit, returns to her base. Wood follows. Now Wood gets the wrist. Leahy not really fighting for a hand. Wrestler still in the middle. Not much going here. Less than a minute left in this 120-pound JV match. Leahy from Mahomet up 5-1. Wood gets Leahy broken down. Hasn't been able to find a pinning combination yet, though. Leahy now back to her base. Wood just riding less than 30. Wood on top, Leahy flat. Wood has a chance if she can hook up a pinning combination. Less than 10 now. And that concludes this 120-pound JV match. Isabel Leahy gets the 5-1 win. So I thank you for bearing with us through our technical difficulties. We will try to get the stream rebooted before the Bulldogs take on Normal Community in the third match. Maybe we'll have it up halfway through or a little bit into the Leroy and Normal Community match. Before I go, I would like to thank my sponsors, our sponsors, Mahomet Athletic sponsors, Busey Bank, Christie Clinic, D1 Networks, Jackson Quality Construction, Subway of Mahomet, Classic Plumbing, First State Bank of Forest, BSN Sports, and McDonald's of Mahomet. So once again, I am Nick Morphew, the current youth club coach here in Mahomet, and thank you for listening, and we hope to have everything back online here in a bit. If you are currently on the stream with no video, we are going to shut that down. There is another live stream available on the Bulldog TV homepage that has our main gym camera on the mat. So we are going to shut down this stream with the video not working, but you can switch over from the Bulldog TV homepage to our second stream. So thanks for watching and listening today.